Hey all you heroes and ghouls out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hell Yeah Gaming Plays Danganronpa! I'll be your professional protagonist today, and with me is my skilla buddy,
and
skilla friend, bone partner. No, that doesn't sound right. No, that. Strike that from the record. Remove that one from the record on behalf of the court, please. Calcium compadre.
Record. Is someone writing this down?
Yes, someone is writing this down. The automatic YouTube algorithm subtitler.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's strike it from the record. It just shows a big bleep the whole way through on that one. All right. So previously, a lot of stuff happened. People got mad at Sakura because Monokuma decided to share with everyone that she was his mole. And someone stabbed Hina, that someone being Genocide Jill. And Sakura got pissed.
It was there's a lot of emotional stuff going on. It's a little unpredictable right now. When things settle,
Oh, yeah.
I'll have more guesses for you.
It's emotional chaos at this point, that's for sure.
Someone's gonna die, and I'm just waiting for it. I want to investigate a murder.
And we and Kyoko went ahead and got Alter Ego hooked up into the building's network. So we'll see what turns up there. I guess nothing good.
Yeah, probably not. All right,
And
someone at the door.
Yep, someone's at the door. Someone hit the ding donger. The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Is this an isekai? Who could that be?
Come on. Nah.
Yeah.
I will figure this out.
Your ability to navigate controls is
Terrible.
as
I know.
great as ever. It's a sight to behold.
Get out of here.
Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me. She was white as a ghost.
Oh.
It sounds like something's happened. Oh, did somebody die?
Uh-oh. Well, it's not Hina then.
Well, damn, there's my prediction.
Yeah, not Hina, not Kyoko.
Well, to be fair, I made the prediction for all the chaos. So
Right, yeah. We suspended predictions because... Alright. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake.
She said for us to come to the rec room.
The rec room?
Oh, did she find something?
Okay, let's hurry. Hey, Hina, there you are. Hey, how you doing? Okay, it just brought us straight to the rec room.
Makoto, Kyoko,
Hina, what's wrong?
something's not right. In the rec room.
I know something's not right. That's why I asked what's wrong. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... Oh, no. Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
She's not
What is
unconscious.
going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. But I couldn't get the door open.
Ooh.
I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room.
But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in.
I just said...
Wrong.
The door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock.
Huh? Then why...
It would seem.
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room.
It was barricaded from the inside?
Is it the chair?
Chair?
In other words.
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply.
Then there's no problem if we break in?
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get some break with that. Wait, right here. So, she's been poisoned, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's the only explanation here. Sakura alone in the rec room, locked from the inside, barricaded from the inside.
Holy shit, did I call a suicide and have the wrong character?
Maybe. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Dude, you should know by now. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure.
And if Sakura didn't barricade herself, it's gotta be a different way inside the rec room, because otherwise why would the door be barricaded?
Exactly. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long.
Here! I found the broom. In the classroom. Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto? Come on, please hurry!
Okay, you two, stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could.
Why would you swing it? You just need to...
Just jab it. Aiming directly at the window, all it took was one solid hit. Ping! The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her...
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, it's one of our death sequences.
Ooh, she's happy.
She's smiling. That's interesting.
Suicide's still not off the table here.
All I felt was cold death. Well, at least there's no pink Kool-Aids that spilled all over the place this time. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... the body discovery announcement. 3 students found a body.
A body has been discovered.
Yep.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however
Ooh.
you like, the class trial will begin.
Oh, jeez. Well, here we are.
I'm gonna guess she was murdered because the suicide seems too straightforward for this.
Well, we don't know any details yet, so we can't say if it's straightforward or not.
That's fair.
Sakura's.
And she did say she was gonna end it, so...
Sakura's
Yeah.
dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. Oh, jeez.
We didn't make it in time. It's happened again.
Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction?
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
Oh, she looks...
They're ashes, dude.
On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And I... Why? Why did this have to happen?
There's a bunch of reasons, dumbass.
There's many, many reasons that this could be. That's all I could say.
I'm just gonna say it's shock talking and yeah,
Mhm.
go there.
I repeated it over and over again.
I need to examine Sakura's body.
Okay. Get some forensics on there.
Mm-hmm.
I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. I told it, "Phew, time! Did you eat a bunch of bean burritos or something?" And after I don't know how long.
I got everyone.
Ogre!
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
No. Whoever killed her, it was just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you. Hirobayaki Toko, why did you kill Sakura?
What? You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation?
Motive.
Yeah.
I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it, I know it. You know it? Probably Monokuma.
Yeah, probably. There we go.
Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much by just getting mad.
Power level.
What are you doing here?
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get so mad, Miss Ashahina, or you're going to ruin that little face of yours. Now then, with that,
Hold on. There's something I want to ask you.
Hmm?
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura?
Say what?
What?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then...
In other words.
And then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. The whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, to save me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she's violated rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the black is this time, I owe you one.
Oh, jeez.
You owe them one? Oopsie, before you get all pissy potty at me, you should better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
Lovely.
What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him, I hate this whole thing.
Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead.
Then let's decide who will stand guard this time.
I'll do it.
Hina?
I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What? Me?
You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order.
Fuck you.
Who's in order? Who are you to just be ordering people around?
Fine, I'll stay behind.
Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we?
Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
Which is...
Hiro Byakuya Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
What?
it's your fault.
One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate.
I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here.
Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What?
I'd rather have Hiro, man.
Right? Well, Hiro's also not going to have anywhere near the kind of insight that Byakuya will.
That's fair.
You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Nope, don't really care. I'm gonna spend my time with another suspended fantasy involving master anyway.
And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care? Then it's decided.
Nothing's decided.
calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those who are still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess it's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her.
Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Fuck you.
The people who need to investigate cause of death?
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone, keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution.
Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. What does that... Okay. We have no choice but to just do it. Kind of hopeless hope. What are you... Alright, investigation time.
Woohoo!
I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted.
So
Interesting.
I'm still not eliminating poison.
Yeah, no.
That might have
definitely
just
not.
been to like knock her out long as they do it, but
Maybe. Well, if you could knock her out long enough to administer poison, you could just finish her off.
yeah, it's fair.
Maybe the poison weakened her enough that she could be.
finished off. Yeah, it's fair.
However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
Oh yeah, poison.
Okay, yeah, there's our evidence of poison right there. Nice! Monokuma file number
Hey.
4.
I think the case this time might be a challenge.
Why is that?
So,
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door.
So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
in other words,
This is a classic locked room murder.
Locked room murder? See, way earlier back, I remember we were theorizing what kinds of things would be happening. I said that we'd have to get a locked room murder at some point. And we both said that suicide sounds like something that like would probably come up at some point. So we got both. We got a maybe
Maybe a both right here.
a 2 and 1 here. We'll see. I guess you might see this kind of thing in a lot of mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails?
Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this type of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. Possible.
Okay.
This simply means that the killer commits the crime and then through some special methods seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations.
So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Yep.
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already existed before the crime was committed.
Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside.
Okay.
You push a switch and it fires behind them. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it.
Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up.
What do you mean by that?
That means they escape after you leave.
In
Mm,
other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that.
that sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
it's true.
Yeah, there were some lockers in here, weren't there?
Yep. And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. That's my bet here, actually.
Okay. Not a locked room?
In other words,
By that, I mean there's actually an alternative escape route somewhere in the room. And I'm thinking it's over here that bloodstain is.
Okay.
You see a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible.
Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mystery, those are the basics.
So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. Right now, I can't really say.
I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Alright, time to look over some stuff. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
That's...
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
So you gave that candy to Sakura.
I found a big box in the warehouse.
Excuse me. I
I
just...
really like him. You know, part of me kind of wonders if Hina's the one who might have done it.
Maybe she felt the most betrayed?
And she's putting up an act.
Yeah. The furious and justified vengeance seeker.
I mean, Celeste pulled it off. Well, mostly.
Yeah.
Actually, as soon as we can get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else can get their hands on them. So either she's a murderer or that's an alibi.
You really like them that much?
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor.
Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullets. Nice. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on.
So, yeah.
The glass is all red and...
That's where the bottle came from.
These are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right?
Yep.
So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor. Okay. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand.
That's your chess piece.
Monokuma chess piece, the knight. It's a Monokuma figure. Nice! Figure on the floor has been added. Oh! Didn't this room have a whole line of bottles with those
Yeah,
chests?
that's what I thought. That's what actually I was thinking.
Yeah, right there. Boom. There's 2 missing. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Yep, 2 missing. The knight and, let's see, pawn, rook. Is that the bishop?
Yeah, it's a bishop.
Okay, so the queen.
The queen, yep.
So knight and queen are missing from the shelf.
Well, the queen's the one we need to find now.
Yeah.
That's probably where the blunt force came from then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And it's okay.
Sorry.
You do this! You do this! What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside of the bottles?
They built them inside there.
Usually how it goes.
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle, yep.
There we go. Huh?
You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat place inside? You've never seen that?
Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So, this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will.
Monokuma bottle added to the truth bullets. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little.
No, not really. We've only
That's-
barely started.
No, we've investigated like 2 things, dude. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right?
Good fucking job, genius.
Alright, you pieced that together. The shards of glass on the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle is the weapon. Okay. See what's on over here. Bloodstain. In front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense.
Why I come for the murder if there's no blood on her body?
Why is it so far away from where she died? Nice. Magazine shelf bloodstain. Huh. That same shelf is okay.
Right.
All different kinds of magazines.
Stop.
That's my line to you. Oh, that's Justina, okay.
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Yeah, Hitoko or Hero. It has to be one of them. You didn't stand beside of her. You agree with me, don't you, Mikado?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she said that she had left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon.
By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, but she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened.
Hina, it's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Also, what are you gonna do to stop her?
I know, right?
Like, admittedly, setting aside Sakura, you're the most physically capable person here, but
yeah.
even still. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Toppy, I was trying to see if there's anyone on the table, but I guess not. Alright, it's Toppy.
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick! Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all.
Well, just need to get some confirmation of that.
Mm-hmm. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Nice! Byakuya's account has been added. Okay. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
MAZ.
So,
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty.
Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her
You
protein.
call that shit?
Yeah. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
I know. But still, this protein can... It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. She must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange.
Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can?
Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window that it broke to get... Wait,
It's on top
it's
of the
on
glass.
top of the glass.
Yep.
Oh.
It was probably on top of the chair.
Boom, 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 boom.
correct.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on.
An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, check the chair for sure. If you can.
Yep.
Yeah. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Kyoko, what you got to say?
But for Sakura to be killed,
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
and she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wondered, did someone get the other hand?
The other hand?
Upper hand, shush.
The other upper hand! The hand that's upper and maybe below, because it's other. They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Or weakened her.
Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Yeah, the locker. Look at that, it's open. Huh? The locker's open. And there on the inside, it's a handprint?
Ooh.
Someone's been hiding in there.
What's a handprint doing here? So we can't dust it for fingerprints, but we can see.
We can.
Compare hand
Yeah,
sizes.
we absolutely can compare hand sizes. It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
Well, Kyoko's eliminated.
Right?
It's
She
true.
always wears gloves.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra.
So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right?
It was already open. Interesting.
Yep.
Alright, alright.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm guessing there's another way in here. We gotta find it.
Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean?
It means they're waiting for Sakura to come in and took her out. my guess.
Locker handprint has been added. Man, I don't know. Use tab to see what's still selectable. We checked all of those things. Wait, did we check her body?
Oh, wait, yeah.
Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Alright, I think that's probably the last thing in this room.
Yep.
Maybe her getting on the hit in the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood?
You dumbass.
I don't think so. Not a chance! But Byakuya! However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I agree with that.
Yep.
Alright, are we allowed to leave now? The door was the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Which means they must have broken their way out! Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself.
It's not the door.
Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Excellent.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation?
Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I decided you'll go in my place.
She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. But you've also proven to be the most competent investigator aside from her, so...
Yeah.
Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say.
There's also, Hina allegedly knows about those letters, so she might have sent them.
Possibly. Perhaps banking on the idea that nobody would come?
Yep.
Excellent, excellent. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Alright.
And then we had the,
I like it when it just takes us where we need to go.
And then we had, the Monokuma theater thing. And I can't even remember what the fucking hint was, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with that too. The
Alright.
shrimp the shrimp and the bear thing. That's...
Yeah.
these doors.
Okay, you can pull up the mini map to see
Or
who.
I can just read the stuff.
I mean, I feel like that would be faster, but okay. Toko! I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Yeah?
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Okay.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
That's fair.
Such a good mood too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey,
Well, she said was, past tense, dude.
Is now a bad time?
Is there ever a good time? Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. And that's when we discovered that she's part snake!
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something?
Reaction! I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about, liar.
Oh, please. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him.
What? She wanted to meet with Master 2? I just said 2, didn't I? You guys know it's totally obvious, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it?
I admit I did get the note. I didn't get to see her. I was scared, so I got myself to go.
Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her?
I mean, you also talked to Genocide Jill?
Perhaps. Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room.
With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Nice! Toko's account has been added. Alright. And then Heroes at the very end we can see his big frazzle. Oh, that's Sakura.
Yeah.
Well, dang it. I'm sure he's like at the end, though. That's yeah, I think he's around the corner. Leon Hero! There we go. Yasuhiro. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you?
No, come on, you dumbass.
But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too.
Okay, so...
Oh, so he went. He went.
Okay, so there's confirmation that Sakura gave the invitation.
Okay. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well... when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person! No, I don't think she did.
Nope.
And she happened to mention the others, like, in passing! Okay, he is way too nervous for there not to have been something that happened.
Yep.
I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious.
Unless Hero's one who did it, but...
He simply does not have the brain power. He's been mocked for so long for being completely incapable of
but
devising anything
that would
like
also
this.
make it be... I don't know. So I think my two likely suspects, most likely, oddly enough, are him and Hina, because they're the two that you least suspect.
Sure.
And they're both acting really strange, and the information they've given us, it's contradictory. It's similar, but it also contradicts, so one of these two is lying.
Sure. I'm thinking right now either Hina or suicide is my...
Yeah.
That's...
But what about knocking her out, though?
You know what? I can't say I know for sure, but possibly she made the decision after whoever she invited, like, proved to be irrational and attacked her. I don't know. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way! I totally didn't! Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore.
But then why'd you say that she told you to use you, not the... Yeah, you're suspicious, dude.
You know what? Knowing Hiro, it's probably gonna wind up being something, like, not that big of a deal that he's freaking out over. and causing himself to look more suspicious than it really should. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ooh, candy wrapper!
That is not a good idea. Not good sign.
Hina gave the candy. Hina has all the candy herself, she said.
Yep.
She has the box in her room.
So either he stole it or she gave it to him.
She said she gave some to Sakura.
Oh, that might prove that he met with her in person.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he goes to meet Sakura. Sakura is trying to extend the olive branch, and as part of that, she gives him a candy.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Okay, no, but I'm like really suspecting you now, dude. Because there's only if Hina has the box, there's really limited ways he would have that fucking wrapper.
Oh, absolutely, very limited.
hey,
Sorry, it's just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went.
You might have just given me proof that you did.
So, well, if you'll excuse me, you totally went.
Yeah.
Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. I mean, he's of the three like most likely suspects. He's the only one who doesn't like outwardly hate her.
Yeah.
He's definitely afraid of her. But
Yeah.
I don't think any of his behavior indicates that he actively dislikes her.
Yeah.
But
active dislike doesn't mean they did it, though.
yeah. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it.
Yep.
Pocket trash has been added. Pocket sand! Pocket trash! That's pocket sand to get away from pursuers, pocket trash to get away from raccoons. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. Absolutely. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. Go, Makoto, go! So, where should I start? So, back to the crime scene or to the lab? Whichever way you want to go. Yeah. There's a spot right there. Chem lab. You just walked right past it. There. Boom! Into the chem lab. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get struck by lightning and fall into a vat of chemicals and become the Flash! And then we can solve all of these crimes slickety-split. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, fuck off, dude.
Dude, I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand.
No, what I meant to say was, yeah, fuck off, dude.
What I meant to say was, go jump in a ditch.
You're done with a cliff, man.
Well, something spilled on the floor. That apparently we can't investigate? This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it.
Okay, now we can see that.
Now we might. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, What's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf?
Either protein powder or poison.
Yeah. I have to be careful not to step in it. Right? There's someone already has. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint.
Which means checking people's shoes is going to be a thing.
Absolutely. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf.
Which means that's probably where it came from.
Yeah. Was the left one the poison? How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer.
Fuck off.
With an insufferable smirk, yes, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop, chop! Okay. Dude, why couldn't it have been him?
I know,
That's
right?
all I could.
I'm so sick of him.
So I got to work, okay.
Sorry.
So, how's this? Okay. Not bad. For you, I mean.
Well, then do it yourself, dick.
Right? For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. Good!
I see.
Good big brain, Byakuya. These footprints must be. Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I mean, if anything, it, clears you. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big.
So he or Toko most likely.
Possibly.
Because if Hero's bigger than us, he probably has bigger feet.
Yeah, he's...
And ours, it's definitely not Sakura.
Why do you think that?
Because she and Hero are both bigger than our main character.
Well,
therefore-
she has a larger body, but that doesn't mean her feet are big.
Well, your feet appear to be too big, though.
Yeah, our feet are too big. We don't, just because Sakura has a bulking muscles doesn't mean that her feet are huge.
I've seen her feet on the body. They're huge.
Okay, we'll see if those details line up then. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. Unfortunately, yeah, these Makoto.
Fuck you.
Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue.
Yep.
We got footprints and handprints to help figure out what's going on here. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Oh, go, run! It's gonna blow! The whole floor of the school just collapses.
Yep.
Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this.
So, sometime before noon, it was clean.
Then, this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident.
Which means they had to work fast. Okay.
Yeah, had
They
fast
only
work.
had time to clean up, so.
If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Nice! Source of the powder has been added. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Yes. Good once over of everything that we've already gone over. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident.
So a little before noon.
That's all I can tell for now. Nice! Footprints has been added. Okay. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. Okay. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All of the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number.
So
Except
the
there's
came from C.
look at that one right
I
here
see
in the
it,
picture.
C9.
C9,
Yep.
that's all dead. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit Section A.
So they went to put the poison here, hide the
Mhm.
fact that they got it from the other shelves, my guess.
Possibly. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C4, or C9. No, my bad. Could someone have put it here on accident?
Nope.
Doubtful. Very doubtful. On this shelf is... Oh, one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving Section C. Yeah. And B. So on this shelf is... It looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss.
Fuck off.
Dude, isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that! Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so
Yep.
it's shelving Section B.
Yeah.
I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. So, Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals.
No one should put any of this shit near each other.
Right? Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C.
Yep.
Section C or C section. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here.
Yeah, and the killer quickly put it away from there to get the fuck out.
Yeah, I just tried to rush on out of here. Chem lab shelf has been added. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay, only one more place to go that we know of at this point.
Yep.
Later, jerk.
Fuck off.
Alright, rec room is 1 floor down. Floor 3. Blah 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 blah. Oh, look, there's a spot literally right in front of there.
Yep.
Nice. That's the... Yeah, boom, right there. Nice touch that they actually have that piece of the window missing.
So Makoto, how's your investigation going?
I told Kyoko about... Blah, 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 blah. I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with the Akiya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Convenient. Someone must be lying.
Someone's lying.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's Hiro.
Right?
Anyway,
Well, Oh, that's you, sorry.
I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time.
Okay, Sakura's
See?
body, the bottles, and the magazine shelf. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off in space isn't gonna help you figure anything out.
Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it.
Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Why perverse? Although, there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal.
Then how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past.
What?
Sorry, never mind.
hey,
Gravedigger!
Ah,
Oh, look at that.
more importantly, look here.
Her shoes?
correct.
You see that yellow power on her instep?
Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. So it might be she's the one who knocked the bottle over.
Yeah. Yellow powder has been added. Dang.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head, so 2 bottles are missing.
Yeah, 2 bottles are missing, so someone smacked her twice. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands are spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I've learned from examining her body in detail.
Nice. Kyoko's examination summary. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay, bottles and magazine rack. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out?
Clearly not.
There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it.
That they all have chess pieces and
Yeah.
2 are missing? A correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so.
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome.
And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Silence. No answer.
I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with.
Only to a degree?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of pulled a dick move on her, I'm not gonna lie. Monokuma bottle has been updated.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma balls that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right?
An experiment?
anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too.
Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done the thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then.
That's putting it lightly, but, you know, cool.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass.
With that, Kyoko left the room.
Oh, that's not going well, because he's up again.
I really don't know what this is about, but
I'm wondering if we're trying to collect my glass to see if it's enough for 2 bottles or if any of the pieces are missing.
yeah, we only found 1 chess piece. So why would they clean up 1 chess piece and not the other? What choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up,
Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work.
what was the point of that being unknown? So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words.
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Okay, that's actually smart.
Excellent! Compare the weights of what?
The pieces of the glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact.
Why do you want to do that?
That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Excellent.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 normal Monokuma bottles.
Blub blub. Equal. Even though they're different chess pieces, it's still equal. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. It's balanced,
In other words.
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same.
which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then.
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see?
Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then,
Okay, then let's give it a try.
I like the put it in a bag with the Monokuma piece. Huh?
That means it's part of 2 bottles.
Yeah, 2 bottles. The broken pieces are heavier. How is that possible? More than 1 bottle.
Just as I thought.
What?
in other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you.
Nice. Bottle experiment.
Yep.
Okay.
And the magazine rack.
Magazine rack. Let's see here. Kyoko said the hiding a clue of some kind. Yes, same line as all the others. Clue. Blues, clues. Huh? This magazine is upside down.
Yeah, that looks like the princess.
Well, I guess. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Toko! Interesting.
Or it could be a frame up.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. It's not a dying
No.
message. Sakura's hands are clean. It's a
Yeah,
frame up.
her hands are clean, yeah. Kyoko, is this
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it.
a dying message?
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... This is Toko, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Then she's the killer, right? No.
Calm your hand. Calm your hand. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer.
I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious.
Exactly.
Just because the dying message was correct on the first case,
Yeah.
I mean that pretty much automatically means it's not going to be
Exactly.
magazine dying message.
Now, if the murderer was smart, they would have dipped Sakura's finger in the blood and used that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, that would have
No,
helped.
this is the work of a dumbass.
Right? And we all know who our favorite dumbass is.
Yep.
But I also don't think he would be able to fit in that locker either.
I'm still thinking it might have been Hina.
Okay.
Because Byakuya, he was pointing out the size of the footprints. You think he's not going to do his own?
Sure.
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin.
All right, we're ready, I guess.
You know where to be.
We did
right?
get a lot of evidence pretty quickly.
But that still doesn't solve the locker room.
Right.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the...
And we didn't find the other Monokuma figure either.
No, we never found that.
See you soon.
These are things that are probably going to come out in the trial.
Yep.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved.
Yep.
At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. I'm going to bake bread.
Yay! Should we call it here?
Yep, we are gonna call it right here. Thank you all so much for watching as we completed this investigation. I'm glad that we were able to get through a whole investigation in one episode. Sometimes it takes a little more than that. Okay, I am thinking that Hiro wrote the message, Toko was in the locker. Byakuya was honest in saying he tore up his letter and wanted nothing to do with meeting her. And as for actual poison and death, I'm still on either Hina or suicide.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Well, see, the only problem with the hero writing the message and well, because accomplices, they don't get anything out of this.
Yeah, so
why would Hiro help Toko if Toko's the one who's hiding in the locker?
No.
Oh,
I'm saying Hiro tried to frame her.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
She was in the locker and knew about it. That's why the magazine was put away.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
I'm saying that they both went. They met with her. Something like Toko probably went like early and hid, and then something happened. Clearly, she got clocked over the head a couple different times. But I have some general ideas.
Yeah.
I don't know how they tie together yet, though. But that's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Okay. So if you all enjoyed this, hit that like button. Yada yada. All the good YouTube stuff, right? Link down in the below. Link down in the description below for the Patreon and for Twitter if you want to come and chat things up on the Twitlets. Wow. It's not even that late right now, and my brain has fried itself already.
Alrighty.
Dang. Well, that all aside, guys, hey, drop a comment down below. What's your favorite locked room mystery? That's what I'm very interested in finding out. My favorite locked room mystery is, technically it's not a locked room mystery, because it's not like one locked room, but it's Murder on the Orient Express. Same concept, you know. It's isolated on a train there no one else could have had any access to and from. That's my favorite, so drop your favorite locked room mystery in the comments below. Can you think of what yours is off the top of your head?
Nope.
Alright, cool. And with that out of the way, guys, have a fantastic rest of your day. We're gonna find out who killed Sakura, which makes me sad because I loved her and I wanted her to survive.
I agree, Sam.
But finding out who killed Sakura is gonna get itself a great big hell yeah!